And sometimes a lot of people, like, they set these big goals, you know, and, like, once they reach it, they're only happy for a little bit, but they always feel like something's missing. And really, you just have to enjoy the everyday process of it. You know, you're coming on every single day, doing these shows, not really worrying about a big goal, but just, you know, doing it and having fun is the biggest thing.
Tell the viewers. Let them know! Welcome back to the Beard Bros podcast. Today's guest is Anna and Brianna. And as y'all know, support local Roswell. Our logo is on the back with 14 other businesses. We're not a business, but ours is in the back with these 14 other ones. You can get these shirts. The link will be in the description. They range from $18 to $22. Colors are pink, blue, red, and black. I think they even have a white one. Hit the link in the description. Cop a shirt. Our logo is in the top, left corner. So, cop the shirt. Support locals.
There you go. How's it going, guys? Our gals?
It's good. How are you?
Doing good. So, he mentioned you're, like, doing this thing on Facebook. I want to know about that.
Yeah, so actually one of my friends that I used to work with in Albuquerque at Clips, she offered the opportunity to me. And it started about a month ago, and I've just been really happy with it. I teach, so, you know, that's my full-time job. But I guess, you know, I was always looking for something extra to do on the side. And so when she offered it, it was just something, you know, that I decided to take on. And so, sorry.
No, you're good, you're good.
And so what it is, it's a anti-aging hair care and skin care.
Okay.
And so, you know, we just share our results with the products, you know, try to spread as much love as we can, and also just share the opportunity, which I did with Brianna. So she actually just joined the team.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. How does someone get started in something like that?
So, honestly, you just buy a product pack, and so you start, you know, sharing your results, sharing your love for it, and we also just join a community of women, other people who are in it, who just share it, and they help and support you the whole way. So,
okay.
It's really, you know, they hold your hand with it the whole way.
Can all be women?
No, it can be men as well.
Oh, I was going to say, that's messed
You can
up.
join.
I need some. No, I don't.
I don't know. I've had pretty good skin.
I have pretty good skin.
We have beard oil as well, so.
Well, I'm down to try that.
Yeah.
I'm always down to try beard oil.
That'd be pretty sick, yeah.
So you said you've been doing it for a month?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And so how exactly do you promote yourself? Is it through like the Facebook videos?
Yeah, so, you know, like I said, you know, by joining the team, they give you a lot of graphics, they help you, you know, grow yourself, but it's honestly just, it's your business, what you want to do with it.
Okay.
And so, you know, you're not required to do videos or any of that.
Okay.
I just try to, you know, find ways that I can grow myself and just spread the word, and I just want to grow myself.
Okay.
So.
Okay. And how do you feel about joining the team?
I just started it, so I'm still kind of hesitant. But I'm excited to be with her because she is a great mentor, and I've met a lot of people, so I'm just excited to see where this is going to take me and my family. So we'll see.
There you go.
So, like, do they send you product to, like, sell, or is it you just product that you want to get, you sell the product that you...
No, so the good thing about Monat is that we don't have inventory, so you actually just buy it through our website, through like the website that I have.
Okay.
Which is good. I don't have to, you know, stress out about selling so much shampoo in a month. If I don't sell, then that's okay, which is good.
Oh, that's what's up. So it's like a second job, basically.
Yeah.
There you go.
And a lot of people actually retire their husbands, or they do this full time. So I mean, I guess in the future, yeah, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, this girl I used to work with, she did not the beauty products, but she did, what was it called? It was a clothing line. It was LuLaRoe. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Okay, so what she did was you basically get approved for like a credit card through them, and it's supposed to be so much, so I think it's like $2,000, and you buy this clothing, whether it could be male or females, and you get the clothing in bulk, and you basically sell it however you can. And she used to do it on Facebook, and she'd sell it, or she'd even go to the extent of having it like one of her bedrooms was like a don't know, like a store, I guess. And they would come in, try out clothes, whatever, and buy it from her. And she could price it at whatever she wanted.
Oh, wow.
She just had to make up like her credit card debt or whatever, and then once she did that, the rest was her income. She ended up quitting after like 6 months of doing that. She just decided to start doing that. I don't know if she's still doing it.
That's
but
awesome.
I'm like, that's what this sounds like.
Yeah, and I guess a lot of people, like, after, you know, a year or 2 years, I guess it just depends. It's your business, you know, the pace that you want to go. But I don't know if I'll ever actually feel comfortable with it being my full-time job.
Yeah, same.
I feel like it'll always be, you know, I want to, you know, I love teaching, and you know, it's fairly new for me, so I don't know how I would feel retiring in 2 years from now or 3 years.
I mean, if you tell me
let me retire.
So let's just see where it goes.
Right. So you're a teacher too.
Yeah.
Where do you teach at?
Valley View.
Okay, so you teach little kids.
5th grade.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, they're already taller than me, so.
There's nothing wrong with that. That means they're eating well. They're eating well.
They're little, but they're tall.
Elementary, I couldn't do it.
I love
think
it.
so.
How long have
remember
you been
you
a
in
teacher?
2 years.
2 years? Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about all of this stuff going on and you're not able to teach?
It's definitely different, you know. I think the hardest thing is the online platform that I'm not really comfortable with. And it would just be really hard to do that for the rest of the year, so I'm glad that it was only for a few months. But I think like this year it was also really hard because it is 5th grade and we didn't get to say goodbye. You know, it was going to be my first graduation with them. And so that just really, you know, broke my heart this year.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. I don't know. Do you have an opinion on what you think the next step to getting either kids back in school or sticking with the online? You're the first teacher we've had on since all this other stuff.
I don't know how I feel about it just because, like, you know, personally, I'm ready for things to open up, but then I'm also really skeptical to go back to the gym. You know, I'm afraid to, you know, do normal things that we normally do. And I think it just would be really hard to go back to school right now. Like, if it wasn't May at the end of the year, I just feel like to social distance the kids in one room, I just feel like it would be impossible.
Yeah.
That's what we talked about, is how could you do 6 feet amongst every kid?
Yeah.
You would lose kids in your classroom.
Yeah.
Which would mean what? More teachers and more classrooms, which schools are too small as it is.
You would have to use like outside.
And then how are you watching them outside?
Yeah, you would
too,
have to
you
fix. You would have to figure something out, bro.
That's why I think the virtual thing is going to be the thing of the future.
It
It sucks. So you've done that? You've
Yeah.
actually been online doing, what is it, the Zoom?
It was up to us if we wanted to do that,
Okay.
and it was really hard to learn something new, and especially, you know, what we do at our school for 5th grade is we actually share them among the 4 of us, and so we have 90 kids.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, when we first were looking at the online, we were like, well, to do 90 kids on Zoom, like, it just seemed very hard to, you know, maneuver through that. So we actually just did Coach Digital, things that we normally were doing, Google Classroom, things that we were already using, just to make it easy to finish off the year. So.
Man, that's tough. See, because I see that one issue I see is not every kid is privileged to have like the electronics you need in order to do the virtual thing. Plus 90 kids is a lot of kids to try to communicate through a screen.
And then to think about families, you know, not everyone is at home right now. Like, a lot of people and parents are still working, and so if they're being taken care of by their grandparents, you know, are they going to know to get them on Zoom at this time, or the internet that they have? Just seemed like it was a
I
little
didn't
bit,
think about that.
So we try to keep it simple with our kids.
You think like eventually everybody's gonna just like the internet service is gonna put it in everybody's house so that everybody can have it? If Zoom or Google Classroom is a thing. You think that's gonna happen? They would have to.
That'd be good to think about.
It would be good, but I think the whole, you can't leave a 3rd grader at home while mom and dad go to work, you know? Like, that doesn't.
I'm gonna get a babysitting gig, bro. I'm about to babysit all these little fucking like, I'll babysit 6 kids.
I have Wi-Fi.
I don't know. That would be tough. That would be very tough, because then you would need multiple tablets. Like, if you did 6 kids, you would need 6 tablets, 6 laptops, something.
That'd be suckish.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who has 6 kids?
Well, I'm just saying, what if you did say multiple people's kids?
Damn. Right, never mind.
Yeah.
And kids are a handful. I mean, they gotta eat. They're gonna require a nap.
They
Probably.
don't have to eat. They don't have to eat till they get home.
And I think it's definitely hard to like, oh gosh, I forgot what I was gonna say. Like if, you know, if they're all at different schools, you know, what are they requiring for each school? I feel like that would be definitely hard too.
So you think they're going back in August, huh?
I have no clue, honestly. Like, I'm fine with whatever, but I guess we'll see.
I don't know. That's been one of the looming questions right now is what is the next step to get kids back in school? Because what was this week the week of graduation and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of sucks for those 2020 kids graduating either from elementary, middle school, or to high school, from college. I didn't think of college. They're grown.
I don't think they really
care. Yeah, they're grown. Just give them their diploma. They're tired of school anyways, so they're good. But no, really, that does suck. But there's got to be an answer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer. There's not an answer. You put them back in school and then risk everybody getting sick.
Again.
Yeah, so it's like...
I don't know. You want to hear something that happened today? I feel like getting this off my chest today. Okay, so remember that I mentioned that how things are going to start opening up? And the one thing I feared kind of was like, I don't mean this. I don't want it to happen. But I feared that there would be like a mass shooting, okay? So, today, we went to Hobby Lobby. Mom and Dad and I went to Hobby Lobby earlier. And we were there, and Dad took off forever. And Mom and I were walking down one of the aisles, and this guy walks by, and he doesn't touch me. He doesn't touch me and nothing, but he's like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit you or whatever. And I'm like, oh, you know, whatever. I didn't really care. I was like, oh, whatever. Well, clearly we're going like in the, like here's the store, okay? And here's the front of the store. We're going from this side to the back corner. He touches me over here and he's walking to the front, okay? Supposedly touches me. So we go to the back corner. And all of a sudden, like, we're turning one of the aisles and he's just standing there again. But he's staring at us. So I'm like, this guy's actually a little suspicious. I'm not even kidding. So I'm looking and he like looks and then so we go down the aisle and he's like over here and he walks and he kind of like creeps really hard and like takes off. Nothing in his hands, not the first time and not the second time I seen him. So I was like, this guy's acting really suspicious. And I was just like, you know what? I think we need to go. So I tell Mom and Dad, I was like, you guys trust me? And they're like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I was like, let's just go casually. We go and he's in this other aisle just like not really looking at anything, but he's had his pocket or his hands in his pocket the whole time. Didn't have a cart, didn't have anything in his hands, acting really weird. So we ended up just leaving. I'm not even joking. I was kind of like, I don't think anything ended up happening, but thank God. But
that's scary.
That's the problem because he had a mask too.
It don't sound that scary.
Oh, well, you weren't in the moment.
That's
you weren't in the moment.
He's like, that's
And
not
then-
overreacting.
Yeah, dude, you're just tripping, bro.
No, dog, I'm telling you, I've never had that
Bro, you
feeling.
wasn't feeling good today. You were just,
No,
you were
that is
pissed.
true,
You
that
were
is
pissed,
true.
bro. You thought everybody was after you.
No, only him. And I'm telling you, it just was weird. I felt like he tested me the first time when he walked by me and he tried to like, oh, excuse me, sorry for touching you. And I was like, oh, whatever. Like, no, no big deal. Then he comes around again, bro, like, weird.
Why'd you ask if you're okay, bro?
Fuck no, what if he would have shot me
And
or
you
something?
never know.
I don't know. What if he needed help? What if he's just like sad? He's like, fuck, bro, I got no friends.
Nah. I
He
need
just wanted
to
to
find
own it.
other friends.
He's like, oh, I know that guy from the internet. It's like,
Maybe that's why he was
Yeah.
acting weird.
That's what one of my
He's like,
friends
oh,
said. They were like,
celebrity.
maybe they recognize you as the Beard Bros. I was like, nah, he was, maybe, if he is, I'm sorry. I do apologize, but
say something. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
hey,
what's bro? You over here making me like you're about to shoot me and shit? Like, I'm scared.
No, that is weird. Yesterday I was off. My boss was like, "You missed her." Like, missed what? He was just like, this lady, bro. She was acting crazy, all tweaked. And I was like, "What happened?" And he was like, "We had to kick her out because she was just being obnoxious to every customer that walked in." Guess she went out there and started trying to break into everybody's car in the parking lot. What the fuck? Old lady, bro. He said she was like 60. She was like faking like she had a key for one of the guy's Jeeps. And that fool ran out there and was pissed, dog. I guess that he loves that Jeep. So he was so
Hey,
pissed.
that is my car.
He was so pissed, bro.
Did you ask her if she was okay?
I wasn't there.
Yeah, for real. Did you have
I wasn't there. It was yesterday.
She can't remember her car.
She left.
Hey, she's pretty old, so
she
she
left
could be.
everything, bro.
She
Like
might have
ramen
dementia.
noodles,
Yeah.
fucking Black and Mild. She left everything.
I don't know. Those are the things, like, with all this, like, I see everybody wearing masks.
Yeah.
And it, like I get the safety, but there is precautions to that. It's like I don't trust most of these people anyways. Let
And all you
alone
can see is their eyes. Yeah.
yes, like I don't know if they're smiling, they're pissed, they're grinning weirdly.
I smile in my mask because they don't know if I'm smiling.
I keep smiling at people to be nice, and I'm retarded.
I do that too. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even see my smiles. Like, what's the whole point?
I don't know. I feel like that's gonna be the new normal though.
Yeah.
Is wearing a mask. I mean, it's not fun.
It's fucking annoying.
It is really annoying.
Can't do it.
I think it'd make.
It is hard.
Do you do it all the time?
No, I actually went to Walmart yesterday to have my eyes checked out, and that's the first time that they required me to wear it.
Oh, really?
That's actually the first time I wore it.
But you know, like in Walmart, you don't even have to wear it.
Yeah,
No.
I know.
It's
But
like ridiculous.
But see, I went to Goodwill today, and they made me put it on, or I couldn't go in.
Yeah.
So they were
So
like,
certain.
"You either do it or you don't." And I was like, "Well, I'm gonna do it. I'm going in here." But it sucks.
It does. I half-assed it at work. I just put it like right here.
Yeah, 'cause
and
you
it
can't
just like
breathe.
lifts over my
It is hard to
Yeah.
breathe.
Just
Mm.
It is. It really is.
It's
like,
really not. It just sucks because I want to drink something. I'm like, fuck, I gotta take this motherfucker off now. So now I just, the boss is like, you could, that's cool. I mean, you're wearing it. I don't give a fuck. We're not gonna get fined or anything. I'm like, oh, that sounds good.
I don't know. I get it. I mean, China does it already. They've been
Yeah.
doing it for a long
Years.
time.
Yeah.
So if they could, maybe I don't know.
Like, maybe we're just being punks, huh? Just being
I don't
crybabies
know.
about it. Like, that's what's worth.
Have you guys
Yeah.
met or know anybody that's had COVID?
No.
No, not at all.
Huh, 50 people on it. Ain't no one know anybody.
Ain't nobody known anybody yet.
This is crazy.
We're at 50 already?
No, we had like 50
Oh.
people we've asked so
Oh,
far.
okay.
so.
Am I only we're at
Wait.
50?
Aw, we haven't had 50.
There's about
No,
30
they're probably
people.
like 20.
So 2. You two.
No.
There's been a lot of people we've asked.
But we've been around a lot of people.
Yeah, so you might want to
But
get
see,
checked.
they say like 60%
Should
of
wear a mask.
60% of people are asymptomatic.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't even know if you had it or not.
And that's the scary part. Mm-hmm.
This one was nervous before y'all got here. He's like, are they wearing masks?
Well, it's just I want to be like
Hard.
polite enough that they're wearing masks. I mean, like I feel bad the
I
other day
said
when
I
those-
wasn't going to wear a mask if they were, so just to let y'all know, I was not wearing a mask. And
You're
y'all
looking out the window. They're not.
I'm not wearing my mask.
Take it off.
I just wore it for 8 hours. I'm not wearing it for another hour.
I mean, I don't know. I think people should just wash their hands and do the things.
Yeah,
If they feel
that
sick,
is
stay
best.
home.
Stop being nasty.
Because there's this guy, he was just sneezing all day today. Where were we at? Family Dollar.
Maybe he had
How many
allergies.
stores did you go
That's
to today?
scary.
Oh,
I know.
I'm
Like,
I don't know why today I just felt like crap
and
today.
you're not wearing your mask.
Yeah, I'm doing things, all the rules that I just said. Not wearing a mask. I feel like crap. But the crap
we
that I
need
was
to go.
feeling wasn't the same like sickness. I don't want to get into it. It just wasn't.
He's dieting. You okay?
I'm dieting. And so
It's a different
I
kind of
felt
sick.
like crap today. It's my third day, and I'm just,
He's over it.
I'm
Yeah,
done.
I'm like, I can't do that.
I'm like, this.
He hit the hardest diet you can.
Yeah, I'm just.
He balls.
Yeah.
He's all the way
I
there.
mean, it's benefited me. It's benefited me, and I've done it one other time, and I was fine. For 5 days, I was fine. I cannot. So, fuck it. I'm just gonna talk about it. So, I do a fasting of just water or black coffee. I could do broth, but you want to do nothing with calories. And so you do that for like, I was trying to go 7 days, but I only
Oh
made
my
it to
gosh.
3 days. Last time I did 5 days, and after the second day, I felt fine. I was like, oh, okay, like this is better. 5 days, easy. But that was when I went vegetarian. So I was vegetarian for like 6 weeks, and then the last week I went full fasting. Well, this time I didn't do anything to prepare, and I went balls deep in, and I just was messed up today. That's why I was feeling like crap today. I was just
That's
like, this is too hard.
She needs to not do that, bro. Your immune system will be all weak. You're gonna get COVID, and then
I know.
oh, we're not gonna get no gas.
I ain't even said I'll get in a bubble.
Yeah, that'd be lit.
That'd be dope. Just have like this plastic bubble just chilling. I have a little speaker on the
That'd
side.
be sick. Well, keep get it so we can do that.
Okay, so anyways, what do y'all guys do outside of y'all's jobs, and what do y'all do for fun?
Well, what is there to do for fun in Roswell? Nothing right now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a mom, so I have her to handle every day.
Okay.
So, and I'm a full-time. I work at Leprino, and
Okay.
I just joined her, so I'm kind of busy at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You don't sound a little busy. You sound
I'm a lot busy all the
Yeah,
time.
24 jobs a
She has
night. You
no
can join
excuses.
us second part-time. I'm like,
Mhm.
damn, you busy. What about
Yeah,
you?
she has no excuses.
I know.
I just right now I'm teaching it from home, just doing Monade stuff, and then I actually just started going for my master's. So
Oh wow,
first semester, just finished that, so staying busy with those 3 things and.
nice.
Mhm.
Dang.
That's what's up.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're not that interesting.
Yeah,
Y'all have a little
podcast.
bit more interesting life than me.
We're doing podcasts and we eat food on camera.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
That's the best part of this whole journey is the food. Let me
Yeah.
tell you.
What? Okay, this is a question we got asked during that whole. I won't mention on here, but the whole thing we talked off camera. What's your favorite food?
I like
Ice
Mexican
cream.
food.
What?
Mexican food.
But more
Like
specific.
tacos. I love tacos.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ice cream.
Really?
That's my favorite. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'll eat
yeah.
ice
What
cream.
kind?
every
See, because
day.
basically the question was, if you were on an island, what was the one food you'd take with you? Is ice cream?
Ice cream.
Well, that's a good idea. To cool you off on an island.
I didn't think about it. Oh,
I
He
love
man.
took,
ice
he
cream.
took lasagna.
Don't look at me like that. Lasagna's not that bad.
It's good, but I mean every day, like I don't know, too much
I couldn't do
sauce.
ice cream. I can't do ice
I
cream
don't do
once.
sauce.
I can't.
What'd you pick? He picked macaroni and cheese.
Oh my gosh.
No comment.
Hold on, but how are you going to keep your ice cream cool on an island?
Yeah.
Well, how are you gonna keep your mac and cheese warm? It's gonna be all
Just
cold
put it out
and
in the
sticky.
sun.
Oh, I guess.
And he could cook his lasagna.
I probably couldn't cook it, but if I had the skills to cook it, I would.
Yeah.
And you tacos?
That's
Tacos,
probably
it
the
depends.
best
Have you
all of
guys
us.
tried that? I'm going to probably butcher this, but they're called birria la res or something like that, where you dip the taco into like this juice.
No.
So really?
Yeah, it's
No.
pretty.
Oh my gosh.
Where'd you get them from?
Where did I get them from? From Tortas?
Yeah, tortas y
Tortas y Tacos Guadalajara. It's
Mm.
right there. You know where A&W is?
Yeah.
You
That's a caddy corner.
Mhm.
Right there, there's a little taco truck or
Yeah.
white truck.
I live right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
so
it's
if
right
you want
there.
to be a creeper, you know what
You can see it right
You
there.
can see it right there.
God, now we're gonna have to cut that out.
Anyways, no, that little truck
Obviously, we
right
have
there.
creeps and Hobby Lobby following. Imagine, we're gonna have to cut that piece out. Look,
Yeah, we'll be alright. We'll be alright. No, there they have. Okay, so we tried it, but we didn't know what we were doing.
fucked up.
But then the next time I went, my friend, she bought them and she's like, "Oh, look at this! Have you ever tried these?" I was like, "Nah, what is this or whatever?" And so I guess they get the tortilla and they cook the tortilla in that juice stuff,
Hmm.
and that already is good. And then you dip your taco into the juice, and it's even better.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure
wow.
y'all tried it before.
I think I've seen it
It's
before.
almost like a prime rib sandwich, but in
Yeah.
a Mexican
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, basically. I didn't know you could dip tacos.
Yeah.
That's basically what blew my mind. I was like, "Oh, dipping
Oh,
tacos."
yeah, we're up.
like in salsa. but not
We
salsa.
fucked up. I thought that shit was a menudo low key. I was like, what the fuck? They get a menudo looking at the bowl, the little thing. I was like, what the fuck? We didn't even eat it. We're like, what the fuck?
The
We didn't
first
know.
time-
We didn't know. We
I
didn't
had
know what
no
we were
idea.
doing.
Is
We-
it red?
Yes,
It's like red
it's
sauce.
red like
It looked like grease.
it's like menudo juice.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's
yeah.
what it seems like. Is like menudo juice. It's got like onions, cilantro, whatever else. I don't know. It's amazing. I'll be honest. I
Tacos are
ate
good.
that,
Tacos are
and now
awesome.
I can't eat a taco right. Like, no taco amounts to that taco. Like, I don't know.
about all that.
I'm serious. There is nothing that can change my mind, because they do like they have all this meat and then the cheese, and then you throw like onion, cilantro, whatever. I think lime juice, all this stuff in there.
Mm.
It's just I'm getting hungry.
I know.
You're the one supposed to be fasting, not me. So
Hey man, food's been on my mind.
that's tough.
That's hard.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to get back to the gym thing. So they opened the gyms.
Mm.
close.
And you guys didn't go?
I
No.
haven't gone yet.
Mm-mm.
My
Yeah.
boyfriend has.
I feel it's
Okay.
because you're sweating and like all that is coming off of you. You're breathing
Yeah.
so hard. Like I feel like it's a much more risk to go.
Would
than
you wear
to
your
just-
mask?
And I feel like that'd be hard to breathe.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
when you're,
Unless you want to
Yeah.
pass out, then yeah, go for it.
That doesn't sound bad.
Have you guys gone?
Mm-mm.
No.
That's the reason. And okay, so this is another thing.
I don't.
I
go to
don't.
the gym.
I love going to church, but I don't want to go to church. Like,
if you don't have, well, I guess It's
I mean,
almost like you don't have to.
it's an option. You have the choice to do as you please. But for me personally, everybody can say what they want about the statistics or whatever. But for me personally, I'm like, I'm sorry, but I don't know where these 100 people have been. And I'm not saying I shouldn't trust people of all places at church, but I mean, before all this, I would go to church and I seen people
Or the
there.
gym.
Yeah, or the gym, and it's like, as much as I miss those things, I'm not gonna put myself at risk.
Exactly, and I feel like the same way as far as that, because like, what if you did happen to get sick and to know that you got it from just going somewhere that I guess you didn't need to go? I feel like I would hate myself, for exposing everyone else for going to the gym or for going to different things that could wait a little bit longer,
I don't go to the gym
But I
or
do.
church, so.
But I do hate going to the gym already, so.
That's what someone said.
Like,
They said that this just gives people an excuse not to go to the
not to
gym.
go.
I didn't have the excuse before that. I just didn't go to the gym. I had options, I just like.
But they keep closing them down. Like, they open Power Block, shut them down, then they reopen somehow. And then the Roswell Fitness opened back up, and they just
They
got
cut
a
a
letter.
fine, yeah.
They just
Oh,
got a
wow.
letter that they have to close back down. I think Elite's open, but they're only taking it by appointment. I don't
That'd be
think
lit.
Fitness or Planet Fitness isn't open yet.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think they plan on opening anytime soon.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's one thing you guys miss more than anything since all of this?
I really thought.
Being able to take my daughter somewhere and not be scared that if she gets sick, because if she gets sick, I would hurt. I would
Yeah.
feel so bad, especially because I read like if your child gets sick, you don't go with them. They take her and then they do whatever they want. Like you
I
can't go with them
don't
because they're gonna
know.
be like quarantined.
But if you're around them, I'm assuming you'd have to go too.
We would get tested, but
But
But then
that's,
if I come out like negative and
Yeah.
she's positive, then I'm
Yeah,
pretty
you're-
sure they'll separate us.
that would suck.
this guy told us that whenever he got sick, or one of his friends got sick, his kid had to look at him through like the top piece because he was in this little room, and it was like a second floor where you could see through a window, and his kid would have to look down.
That's so
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
That's how it was. He was like, that's just sucks. It was in San Marcos, Texas. So
It's
it's-
sad.
So that shit was
That's
crazy.
scary.
I don't know.
I don't
What
miss
about
that.
you?
I think just being able to go out, like, just go to the movies, go out to eat. Like, I definitely miss going out to eat.
Yeah.
Sitting down, because we've gotten takeout, but not
It's not
being
the
able to
same.
sit down. I
Yeah.
know. So I think
It
that's
is
the biggest
not
thing.
the same.
I like it better. I don't like sitting at the restaurants.
No?
He's like, give me the carry out.
I'm going.
I like quarantine.
fuck.
I
I
want to end my life.
quarantine is my life. It's like,
I feel like I was prepared.
I was heavily prepared for this one. I just
It's
like,
like-
I just
Nothing's
chilling.
changed.
Really? Not much.
I got 2U DoorDash. I got all the apps. to get my food.
Well, they're doing a lot of deliveries for free. And, I mean, I think they started that way. I don't know about anymore. But a lot of places started off with free delivery.
DoorDash goes hard, so
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I miss.
I don't really miss nothing. Probably just sitting at the bar chilling.
Mhm.
I don't
You
miss.
don't drink, so
I don't
Yeah.
miss anything.
Just hanging
I
out,
guess.
going out.
I guess I hang out with a lot of friends still. So I don't know. I break
You,
rules.
you
I break
have
rules.
not been properly quarantined.
No, hell no.
What's up, babe? I'm not even hanging out.
There, that's the thing. You have your circles, and then, like, for nobody, because for a fact, like, I don't know. I'm sure you hang out with somebody that hangs out with other people, maybe,
'Cause they
and then
work.
those people hang out with other people, and yes, people go to work,
Yeah.
and all like,
It's just too hard to, control, I guess.
and I think people are losing their stuff by staying home all the time.
Mhm.
People are losing their shit.
It's
I
really
don't-
hard to know which way to go. Mm.
I don't know. I don't know what all of this means.
I have no idea.
It sucks because that's what the topic always comes out to.
Well, there's nothing else to talk about. It's like, well, how was that concert? Like, who the fuck was
See, that's something that I probably missed. But see, I'm not even that eager to go back into that stuff.
Yeah.
No.
No, like the gym, like if they had opened the gym, let's say today, I wouldn't go for about a month.
That's how I feel.
I feel, I don't know why a month feels enough time.
Yeah, it'll take me about a month to get back in.
I guess because, okay, I used to
Next
work
year.
for
Yeah,
AT&T, and we used to pre-order the iPhones or whatever. But before we'd order them, we'd wait about a month because the iPhone would come out all jacked up. There would be bugs and stuff. So you'd wait for that first bunch of phones to go out, and then you get the phones that were actually done properly, and you wouldn't have any problems with your phones. So now that's my mindset. It's like, give it a month.
Don't say that on camera. Now Apple's gonna be like, these motherfuckers got my sales down.
You know what, bro? If Samsung wants to come on and be like, hey, you want to promote? I'll be like, nah, bro. I'm an Apple guy.
Sorry, guys.
I'll take no promotions over your promotion.
Dude, I swear, I'm like, Samsung.
I'm not. Are you guys Apple or Android?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Never asked that question.
It's the only way to be. If you come on this podcast, you're not Apple.
No, that's not true. We've had a bunch of
I know, that's the problem.
Android people.
We need to stop doing that.
That's probably why those podcasts didn't do too well.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. They all do good.
Fuckers.
Y'all had questions. I'm gonna let you ask a question.
Yeah.
Let's see how many questions y'all could ask in 5 seconds.
Let's see.
Where do you guys work?
I work at McCoy's.
Oh, cool.
I'm unemployed right now, but I worked at Navajo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I've been over there for 5.5 years, and then this, and now I'm chilling.
Why did you guys start this?
He retired.
Hold on, she only gets one question.
Well, then
You said
I'll
you
ask
had
that question.
Okay. Well, okay, so let's start here. He used to do, he needs to step up his game pretty much, but he would do the shoe reviews. Like, he'd buy Jordans and do YouTube reviews on those.
Oh, cool.
So he had already started his thing going on, and I had been wanting to do YouTube, but I was so busy playing like Hike It, going to a bunch of tournaments. Well, I'd been on the fence for, I don't know, a little over a year or so. And so we went to Hike It, whatever, we went to Denver that summer. We did okay, and then we came back, and that next week I was just like, I think I'm done playing. So I called the team, I told them, hey, you guys got to figure out the situation.
He cried.
I didn't cry. I was just kind of done. I was just like, I'm not as invested. That next day after I called them, I went to work, and I started playing on Photoshop, messing around. Text him about lunchtime. I said, hey, you down to do a podcast? He's like, yeah, what do you have in mind? And I was like, just be ready at 5 or whatever.
Oh, wow.
And go tonight. And he's like, okay. So that night I had everything. I had already made a Twitter account, Instagram account, YouTube account, Facebook account. Had it all. We had the name already done. Only thing we didn't have was all the equipment. So we recorded on my phone in the other bedroom. Super cringy. And now we're here.
I think that's how we felt about it all. Like, we were so afraid of doing videos. I definitely was for the first ones that I was doing. And I still am. Like, we were so nervous coming here. But I think, like, in order to grow and to do new things, like, you have to be uncomfortable. Like, you just have to go for it,
Ask him.
For like 11 episodes, I'd walk in nervous as shit, quiet. I didn't want to talk. It was like, oh, I'm gonna sound dumb.
Yeah.
Now I don't care. They know my opinions, and it's fuck it. That's how I feel.
It is a confidence thing. You have to be self-confident in yourself.
Yeah.
But I've always had that, and he lacked that. But now that we're in it, I've seen him grow so much over the.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's just, it takes time. But like you said, being persistent and consistent, you're gonna get to that point where you're like, you know what, this is natural now, and you start to like point out the small details that you can perfect. Because at first it was like, oh, the camera on my phone, the lighting, it seemed all good. But I was like, nah, that ain't good.
The shadows.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, bro,
That's
like,
just
let's move in
cringy.
here. And he's like, oh, nah, bro, nah. I was like, just trust me. It all turned around, and I envisioned it because I just
didn't.
knew.
And you just have to have a vision,
That's what it is.
And know what you want it to be at the end and how you're going to get there and just go for
He
it.
was like, we're gonna paint the walls. I'm like, Dad, now we're gonna work. Oh my god. Oh damn! All right, cool. We painted the walls.
That's awesome.
Then we painted that.
No, we
didn't.
didn't.
Well, we did.
We did. We had
I did.
someone did that. Someone
That's all
else did
me.
that.
I didn't do that.
Someone we paid did
Then
that.
somebody we paid got us these.
Yeah, that's
That's
his
awesome.
face and that's my face.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so
That's awesome.
like I said, I like to see people get out of their comfort zone,
Yeah.
doing things that they're not used to doing, never done, and seeing where they go. And we've seen people like Ray, shout out Ray. We've seen Luis. We've seen, who else have we seen? Zay.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen so many people come on that they've told us, like, hey, we're trying to do this. We want to do this. We're going to do this.
Yeah.
And all we would encourage is, once you do it, the one thing to do is just keep on grinding.
Yeah,
Exactly.
for sure.
You won't get, like, well, maybe, you never know. Maybe something goes viral, but it's like, you have to climb stairs. There's not an escalator.
Exactly.
So it's like, just...
And sometimes a lot of people, like, they set these big goals, you know, and, like, once they reach it,
They just
they're
stop.
only happy for a little bit, but they always feel like something's missing. And really, you just have to enjoy the everyday process of it. You know, you're coming on every single day, doing these shows, not really worrying about a big goal, but just, you know, doing it and having fun is the biggest thing.
Tell the viewers.
Let them know! It's true, though. It's true. And I think it goes with everything. It's all about the effort you put into something. Once you put in that effort, the rest will fall in line. It might take longer than the next person or shorter than the next person, but that shouldn't matter. You just got to worry about you, and you'll get there.
Exactly.
So,
Once you put the effort in, it's effortless, kind of.
Yeah, and that time's gonna pass anyway. You
how
know,
was your
years-
first video?
Oh god, it's still like that. I mean, if you go back and see, like, I've never done a live like where it just runs through. I have to constantly stop, and then I keep going, and then I just piece it together. So
Right.
you know, that's where I'm at. But it was definitely hard, and it still is hard. you
See,
know.
and that's how we did. Because if you look at our first videos, there's a lot of cutting.
Mhm.
And we shouldn't be cutting. Not with this. This should just be
Natural.
completely raw.
Yeah.
Like, no cuts. Sometimes we'll cut here and
It
there.
was mostly my fault because I was always getting like super like drunk on here. So then I had to go piss. I still do get drunk as fuck, but I had to go like take a piss or something. So I was like, hey, bro, I need to cut this. Like I got to go. And like it was with that.
Yeah.
And we sometimes do like.
They're just random stuff. There's just, but it's all a learning curve. Because
Exactly.
I didn't know any of this. Like, I didn't know how to work it. I still don't know how to work
Yeah.
that camera.
He's lying.
Like, I don't know how to work.
This motherfucker will make you look nice.
No, don't watch my videos.
He'll be like 7:30 and it'll be dark and this fool will fix that camera to make it look bright as hell.
But that's
Yeah.
all. I'll be honest, YouTube. Anything you want to know, it's on YouTube.
Mhm.
And I guess that goes back to the school thing. I think that's where school's gonna go. Is as a teacher, you do a lesson on YouTube, and then the students can use that like tutorial to learn a lesson.
Mhm.
I think that's where we should go. Just the one problem that I hadn't really thought about is the whole who's going to be taking care of these kids.
Yeah, and I actually kind of went that route with the kids. You know, we were doing Google Classroom, but I would do like the text that they were reading, but I did a video of myself, just kind of going over like a 5 little quick video, just kind of going over some key points. That way they could go back to that, and that's a little bit easier than having to get on the Zoom at that time. You know,
Right.
they can go back and watch it. And,
Zoom
Yep.
seems super inconsistent. Like it depends on your connection, your everything.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it just depends. If you do like a video like we do, and you can pause it, if you
Mhm.
want, it'd be way better.
and we use it for like Mon8, but that works because it's adults. You know,
Yeah.
everyone can mute themselves. So if you do kids, like everyone's gonna try to talk at once. You know,
See,
all
that's
this
where it
thing.
seems chaotic.
So adults, like, we can just pause it. You know, someone's presenting, you can have 500 people on. It kind of works. That's how we do a lot of our training videos. You know, just to support each other. So that works. as
See,
far as
even
that.
if you did that live, but the only one being filmed would be the instructor, and then after that class, that somehow got uploaded on like YouTube,
Mhm.
and that way, if you forgot, like maybe you're taking notes and you forgot something, or you want to just as visually see it, you can go back to that session and be like,
Yeah.
oh, you know what, that's what he did, or you know what I mean?
Like an online course for like college, how they.
Yeah, because college usually does that. They do online is basically on your own. They give
Yeah.
you like these website things that you go into, and it has like little practice
Yeah.
problems or whatever. I
Which is
think
hard.
it is
to teach
hard.
yourself, you know.
It is, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Nowadays-
somebody's got to be doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, my idea was the YouTube thing, like to be able to pause and
Mhm.
be able to take notes like that. Because live seems kind of hard. Because if you're not paying attention all the way, it's fucking like, damn, what she just said. It's
Yeah.
like, fuck.
But how do you do with kids though? Because some kids like learn differently. Like some like learn like hands-on. Like some can't learn like if you're watching it. So how do you do that?
And that's what's definitely hard. I mean, I feel like if we have to start school in August that way, that's going to be a bigger challenge than now. Like at least now in March, a lot of them we were going to be testing, so a lot of it is review. And so to make it easier, we focused on review stuff. You know, just reviewing, not really teaching a lot of new things, but just thinking of like small steps like that. But we can also do like we've also had paper packets that the kids can pick out, and that's a little bit different if they don't want to do the online or if it's too hard for them. But I think it would be hard in August to, you know, new set of kids that you don't even know yet, you know, how they work, how they learn. That would be definitely hard to try out. So
the school thing's gonna be hard.
That's the one concerning thing. Everybody's jobs, I think that'll all work itself out. Because most people could probably work from home. But kids, that's the difference maker. Because it's like, what do you do with them? You can't just advance them all the way to high school and say you're done.
And the younger is, you know, it's harder when they're younger.
I thought you were laughing.
I was yawning at the same time. That shit was
I've
funny.
never seen anybody do that.
That shit was funny. I was like yawning, and then when you said that, I was fucking.
I'm just saying, like, it doesn't. I don't know. So we talked to Tim Fuller. He's a high school autistic teacher at Roswell High, I believe. He made a point where getting that hands-on with them children is a lot different, especially for them, that it's like you can't help them other than being in person. So that part, it's like, yeah, that's true. Like, and you made a point.
Yeah.
Not all kids learn the same.
Or the ones who still need counseling or their speech. Like, I don't know how, as far as how they're doing that, you know, that would be, it's hard to accommodate all of them and really support them when it's online.
Yeah, because I can't learn like online classes. So when I did take online classes, it was so hard for me.
Yeah.
So like now I think about them, like my nieces and nephews, they're at that age and they can't do that. So
and the parents that have to help them, you know, at home. I feel like that's the hardest as well.
There's a teacher down the street who he teaches bilingual, and he says it's kind of hard because he only has like 5 or 6 kids at the max that show up, and he has like 25.
Yeah.
So he trying to teach 5 kids. It's just like
that's what's hard.
and there's already his good like kids that know it all pretty much. So it's like teaching nobody.
So did you have to do like a lesson? Like what was the last 3 months of school for you guys? Leading up to graduation, like leading up to this week, what's it been like?
So we actually split it between the 4 of us. You know, all the other teachers, I think they were teaching every single day, depending on, it was different for every grade level. So some maybe be 15 minutes, you know, maybe kindergarten, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever it was for the grade level. But since it's 4 of us, we just split it between Tuesdays and Thursdays would be like my class, and then Mondays and Wednesdays would be another teacher. So they would have 2 classes a day, about an hour. And so we've just been uploading, you know, different things on Google Classroom. They would get on, they would ask us questions, and then upload their work, just like that. And sometimes, like on Wednesdays, we would have Zoom calls just to, you know, go over things if they had questions, and even just to say hello. So.
Okay. Was there like a requirement, or did it like, were all your students checking in, and on top of that, were all the students turning in whatever work that you were assigning them?
So I think it was definitely, you know, that's a good question. I don't know if I want to go for it.
No, if you don't want to, then, and if you think there's anything, I prefer you not to. I just think we can answer because we're not teachers. I don't think
there was like there was probably like 90% of the kids
because if they're telling me I'm at home
and we switched to pass or fail, which was but we didn't tell them that, you know.
Exactly. So it's like if I'm a little kid or even in high school, I'm like I'm on summer vacation.
Yeah.
Like, I'll see you in August. I don't have a computer.
And I think like for Ben, like it kind of goes back to what Ben said at the beginning when everything was going on and we were trying to figure out how we were going to do it. We did communicate with every single kid in our own class, and so we made sure, you know, do you have internet or do you need a packet? And so we did talk to them at the beginning. Everyone answered back whether they were going to do online or packet. And so if those that did the packet, they would just submit pictures to us, things like that, and we would just make note of who participated at the best that they could, of course.
Okay.
So, but a lot of them did. About half were online, and we could see their work, and they were on top of it. And
that's good.
which was good. Mm-hmm.
Do you think that like degresses for next year? Is this gonna hurt them? Is it gonna hurt them?
I think definitely. I think like when I think about my teacher friends, those who teach kindergarten, first grade, to think about, they're barely learning how to read in first grade, and March maybe they were barely getting there, and what about now they're just in second grade? And I just feel like thinking about that, like they missed 3 months of reading or learning that instruction. I just feel like it's going to hurt those that are younger. Definitely, I feel like the most. Mm-hmm.
Man, that's tough.
How are you gonna teach a kid how to read? Like,
I mean, look at Mayweather. He's good. I'm just kidding.
You know what? You're right. Never mind. Kids, you don't have to read. I'm just kidding.
Nah, you.
That'd be a different.
I don't know. I don't know, man. It sucks.
Kids can't watch this anyway, so we're good.
You can just listen to the podcast. You don't have to read it, which is good.
That's true. See, you're feeding into it. That's the thing. I just feel like technology is just the way to go. Kids these days know how to use their phone more than their parents do sometimes. It's just that's the
when
new.
They want to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is something we saw, at the beginning. It was like, I don't remember my password. You used it every day. You just act like you don't know.
They're smart.
They're smart.
They're smarter than you think.
Yeah.
Ooh.
These kids.
I was like, what are you talking about?
You did. You're smarter than we know.
Hey, Mama hiding that shit somewhere. I didn't find it. God damn.
I know. I'm just saying, these kids, man, they know.
Yeah.
And they know that this is all shitty, so it's like, why not? They know how to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Because they're living their best life. They're not worried about the bills and the schoolwork.
No.
They're like, I want to go outside. I want to go to the park.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
So.
They don't have to eat, bro. I'm telling you. They're good.
I don't know, man. Maybe babysitting is going to be a hot commodity.
I'm telling you, bro. It's about to be popular.
Because think, I'd rather have my kid with like 5 or 6 kids at one house than like 20 kids at a daycare.
Yeah.
Because then your requirement as a babysitter would be like, just make sure they have a tablet or a laptop with you.
There you go. See, you're already running down a resume.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah, as long as you got your stuff down.
Hey, hit me up 575. I'm not putting my phone number. Look at that. I already have like 40 people I'm supposed to FaceTime at the same time, and I still haven't done it.
Figured it out.
Yeah, I'm just FaceTime. But I'm not gonna do it. I just have random people's number. It's like 40 of them.
That'd be fun.
Shit, dude,
I just think that'd be chaotic having too many kids.
20 kids at a daycare? That should be illegal. It's too many kids, bro.
I don't know. I've heard rumors. I won't say good or bad. I just heard rumors of daycares, and they're
I
rumors.
heard there's a lot of.
Mine worked at daycares.
Yes.
Huh?
What's y'all's
Oh,
experience?
Heard there was like fight nights going on in daycare. That'd be lit.
Cockfights.
Yeah, especially in Albuquerque.
No, fight night. Like fight club.
Yeah, like chickens fighting.
I guess you're right, yeah.
They're little.
Have you ever seen the
probably
Chinese
feisties.
people that have their kids that are like 6 years old in MMA just kicking each other's ass?
That's what's
No.
up.
Pretty sick.
That sounds
I watched that.
I don't know.
It's kind of weird, but yeah.
Okay, hold on. About the daycares.
Oh, okay.
What was y'all's experience there?
Well, I wouldn't put my daughter in daycare, so that's where I am in that situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like it depends. You have to do your research on the daycare. Because I worked at some that were really good. In Albuquerque, we had cameras, parents could see, we notified them. But then there were also some that we didn't have communication. We didn't have to communicate. Different set of guidelines and rules.
See, and I've heard there's good and bad, so
Yeah.
both. But
So, I know who to hit up when I'm looking for daycare. I'm like, Anna, I need you to help me research this shit. 'Cause these daycares
I'm on
look like.
she's gonna be
We'll start
teaching.
another business.
There you go. There's an endless amount of businesses.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm not gonna put my kid in the daycare.
I don't think I'd want to. I'd be honest.
Yeah,
I'd
if I could stay
rather.
home,
I'd honestly rather homeschool my kid.
Me
Really?
too.
Yeah, because.
What I don't know, they don't know, and it's perfect. They can never be smarter than me.
Well, I know a lot, so I'm pretty sure my kids could come out smarter than if they went to one of these schools, because I've attended these
I'm
schools.
just gonna
and
drive
they're
like,
so-
yo, my kid's about to be 6, dog. I need you to fucking tutor his ass. That's all I'm gonna say. And you're like,
I'm gonna be like,
Tutor's
nah.
too hard.
Nah, I'll be
you
like,
said-
this is not my brother or your kid.
Bro, his name's Joel, bro. You can't be dumb.
Hey, my Joel.
You can have all kinds of people named Joel.
Imagine.
I'm not naming him Joel.
I wouldn't even name my own kid Joel.
I don't blame you.
You have kids?
No.
You have one kid?
I have a daughter.
You have a daughter?
How
How
old?
old is she?
She's a year, but she acts like she's 15.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
One going on 15? That's crazy. Imagine being 15 and you'd be like 30.
Oh,
It's gonna be crazy.
She is. She has attitude, and I wonder where she gets it from.
Probably her mom.
Not me, no.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'll probably guess her mom.
I wonder who that is.
Yeah.
Does that mean, I don't know. Kids.
I don't plan on having kids. Actually. Thinking about it now.
Next year.
Next year?
I didn't say that. It might be a goal next year, maybe. So many steps
I
I
don't-
go up.
Set those big goals.
Yeah,
Yes, set
you're already.
impossible goals.
I might
Yeah.
as well. I'm more likely to hit the gym than have a kid. Okay, that's the likelihood of that happening.
That's what's up.
Do you have any?
No.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. We're just asking questions. No, I don't have any.
No.
No, and I don't know if I'll ever have any. I'm 30 almost.
Oh, wow.
So, what does that mean? Oh, wow.
Wow, you're
Thanks.
30.
I'm 30. By the end of the year, I'll be 30, literally. So that's cool. I don't really. How old are you?
24.
How old are you?
23.
Oh yeah. So. How old are
Sorry.
you?
24.
Dang, y'all are young. How does it feel to be this young?
I'm in my prime.
I know.
That's true. That is very true.
Yeah.
Y'all are at that moment of getting shit done.
Yeah.
Because if you don't get shit done now, you might
It
not
ain't
get
getting
shit
done.
done.
It ain't getting done.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It is what it is. Do you got any big plans? Like, did you have any plans? Did y'all, either one of y'all, have any plans for this year that maybe
Oh.
Scott screwed up?
I think definitely just starting school for me.
Mm,
That
okay.
was it.
I wanted to travel more.
Okay.
Yeah, because I never had that whenever I was little, so I wanted to give my daughter that experience, so now I have to hold back for that.
I'll be honest, it's probably a better thing. She's only one. I'm not throwing shade.
15.
Oh, she's 15.
Hold on. But I've always been that person. I don't think I've said this yet, but I've always been that person. Like the kids that are they're young, like they're not gonna remember their first
anything.
birthday, their first.
Yeah, she will.
No, she How do you remember? What did you do when you were
5.
one?
I had a cake.
Oh my
That's, the
god!
first like 3 birthdays are for the parents, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not even real. They've had like probably 20 birthdays
But
before us.
they gotta get all up and.
Oh my god! Is that the excuse?
I think every birthday I went to the little kid's birthday, we got lit.
Yeah.
I've been lit at every little kid's birthday.
I don't know, I
Like,
just think
don't know
it's
whose birthday
like-
this is.
I'm not saying like don't do anything. I'm just saying like maybe tone it down a little. Wait till they're like 5 and they can remember.
Yeah, throw them a quarantine birthday till they're like 4. Like everybody just honking. Just, hey. That's like
That sucks.
I know.
I feel bad, sort of,
I
for
don't.
the graduate.
Yeah, no, it is.
Oh,
for
yeah.
them.
But think
Never mind, I
about
think you
it.
said
Think
people's
how
birthdays, it's like, I
memorable
know.
this is. Like no one else is gonna get to do this.
We don't know. 2021 could happen, you know? No,
I
don't test
think
2021.
I
Don't test that 2021.
Fine.
It's too early to tell.
I'm
Don't
already telling you.
test 2021, bro.
I'm just saying they got a very rare occasion.
2021
Embrace it.
age, bro.
Like I know it sucks, it might not be ideal, but there's those people that are gonna take advantage of this moment and use it for something even better. They're
Because a
like,
lot of people are at home now with their kids, you know, and they get to start new hobbies, new things that they didn't have time for, which is good.
I see a lot of people do in their yard. Have you guys done anything?
Yeah. I'm like,
Like what?
Like during this quarantine that you may have never been able to do before?
I'm like, I've done stuff to the house, you know, we painted a lot at the beginning, but my boyfriend's been working still, so
Okay.
it's just me at home. And then when school started, I was busy and stuff.
Okay.
So, but definitely the new business has kept me busy.
Oh yeah. I've been doing all kinds of crap.
I don't got time.
Yeah. You do have time.
You have time.
That's what you set as a
2021,
priority.
I got this. Don't worry about it.
That's true. Time.
Wait till-
It's not about whether or not you have time, because
Yeah.
everybody has time. It's just what you make a priority.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
That's
You're
what
right.
that's
I
what
we
you
just
don't
got
have time
off
for the
at
gym.
5 and now 5:30 came.
You have the
So
gym.
6:30 is gonna come. I'm gonna be out of here, and then I'm gonna be like, damn, I'm tired. I'm
You're
gonna
gonna be like, oh, we play Fortnite.
Duh.
Yeah, no time for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's always time. It's just a
Yeah.
matter what you spend your time doing.
Fun shit. The only thing I don't do that's fun is work, and I make that fun. So
I'm gonna say nobody enjoys work,
I
but
do.
I think once you get older, you enjoy work.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
you-
once I get to school.
Okay, okay.
Uh-huh.
So right now it's not.
Yeah,
ideal.
no, right now
Okay.
it's not.
But you're actually doing something you love, though.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't. So I go there, I'm like,
She's like, I gotta get the fuck
Count
out of
down.
here.
let's trade jobs. I'll take Luprino, and
Yeah.
you go to McCoy's and we'll
Let's
see.
do it.
I love it. I'm like, yeah, this is chill as fuck.
I
It's
don't
fine, cool. It's fine.
know. I'm not saying work sucks. I'm just saying it's
Work
not
sucks.
always the best. You make it what you want it.
Yeah.
You make your own happiness.
Mhm.
That's what it is.
I'm always happy. So it's fine.
Okay, then,
You
work.
can never see that I'm happy. But I'm happy.
I'm always happy.
I'm
Like
always-
straight face, I'm always
I'm always
happy.
happy. I feel good about myself.
That's good. That's how you should feel. Everybody should feel good about
Yeah.
themselves. I think that should be the lesson of today.
Mhm.
You should be happy with yourself.
Mhm.
No, you should never be relying on something or someone to make you
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
And a lot of we've been talking about that, today. Like people think that when they have that amount of money or that amount of, like job promotion or whatever, that's what's going to make them happy. But you really have to just live day by day, be happy with where you're at.
That's how I am.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I am. I feel like that with a lot of things. Like if I'm with somebody, I'd rather be happy with them. Wait, how does it go?
Without
I'm
them,
I'm happy, and I want to enjoy it with them, but I'm not happy because of them. Or I'm happy, like having something, but that's not what brings
Yeah.
me happiness. Like I'm just happy in myself.
Yeah.
Like no matter what comes and goes, I'm gonna stay happy.
Be happy.
And I think that's what people need to do is just be happy with themselves.
Exactly. You have
But
to
when-
change those negative thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are
you
negative.
could be negative and still be happy.
Yeah.
I'm-
Sometimes it's
I'm-
okay.
I'm a negative Nancy. I'm like, it's not gonna work, bro. Like, fuck.
Yeah, every little thing. I'll
But
say
if you think
anything.
if you think it's not going to work, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
But he tries to do that to me. He's like, bro, your grass ain't gonna grow. I'm like, nah, fool, yes it is. Why you worried about my grass? Don't worry about your
I'm
grass.
just like, hey, bro, it's not gonna work, bro. You needed the manure. You just should have got the manure.
Yeah.
It's
And
just,
that's how mine is.
I'm just like, bro, quit.
Right now,
It's
it's always me just be negative, huh?
What? Yes, it is. What else? You said something the other day. I forgot what you said. He said so many things. I'm like, bruh.
I don't
It's
shut
okay,
up.
but it's hard to like change that in your head,
It
those
did.
negative thoughts.
Have you always been a happy person?
Like I feel like I'm always happy, but I think the biggest thing for me is like I guess setting goals.
Uh-huh.
Because like I'll set something, okay, I want to do this next, but then when you reach it, like I'm not really as happy as I thought I was gonna be, and then I'm on to the next goal. So I feel like I push myself sometimes too much. So you have to
Ah.
think about it, just enjoy where you're at, enjoy the journey.
Okay. What about you?
Before I was always like very hard on myself, and now I'm trying to like branch out more, doing things that I never thought I would be doing.
Yeah.
So I'm trying just to enjoy it a little bit. Like sometimes I do get hesitant with like the business that we're doing. I think, hey, what if I don't get anybody? Like, what if I don't do this? Now I'm just thinking, hey, just do it,
Yeah.
and it will come to me.
Yeah, show up every day.
That's how it is.
Like if I don't put the effort in, then it's not gonna happen for me.
Exactly.
That's true. I think the mind is a very strong thing, and you can manifest things based off your thoughts and the way you speak. If you speak of something like for instance, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get hurt one day. I'm gonna get hurt, but you never get hurt until you keep thinking and thinking, and one
Yeah.
day you get hurt, and you're like, fuck, I didn't want to get hurt, but here I am hurt. I knew it, but you manifested that.
See, that's
Yeah,
why I don't
your
play
thought,
sports,
yeah.
because I know I'm gonna get hurt. I always get hurt.
But you gotta fail. You gotta go
Yeah.
through it.
That's true.
I'm, not
Like
getting- I'm 25. I'm not getting hurt no more. No, I'm good.
You can't hold on to fear. You have to,
Yeah.
because then you're gonna regret
I
the
don't.
things you didn't
I'm
do.
not fearful of it. I'm conscious that I get hurt all the time, and I'm not gonna get hurt. I'm not putting myself in that predicament. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm going back to this, but I'm actually surprised neither one of y'all mentioned salons.
Mhm.
for missing out on something?
It's just a
Somebody's doing their
materialistic thing
nails.
that-
I was
Nails.
doing today. Don't zoom in.
Yeah, don't.
Cameraman, zoom in.
No, it's just
Yeah.
a lot of people. It seems like women are having that issue with not getting their hair done,
Okay.
nails done.
Yeah.
Okay, men that need their eyebrows done.
Oh yeah,
What,
that
man?
definitely.
Men don't
Okay,
get
then
their
I'm
eyebrows
not a
done.
man then, I guess.
I know,
Yes,
boy.
they do.
No, they
can.
don't.
Well, they can.
They can. They shouldn't. There's a difference. Everyone's like, you should get. I don't even have ugly feet, but they're like recommend
that's
a
the best.
pedicure.
That's
Yeah.
just-
I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, it does
I
sound
know.
good.
See?
I
Well, we
fuck,
selling
can
all
miss
their
it.
mouth.
We're bringing it up.
I fuck with pedicures so much.
Nah, as long as I get my hair cut, I don't give a damn.
I think it's if you're not used to doing it all the time, then you don't
It's
miss
feels-
it.
Yeah.
But see, I feel like
But-
this would be the opportunity. You have time, learn how to do those things.
Yeah, if you want. Mm-hmm.
I
But
mean,
they're not Asian.
it don't matter.
You
I
got
feel like
to be Asian to do it good.
I feel like when I do something, rather than someone else do it, I do it like, I'm not saying
Yeah.
I'm perfect, but I'm tedious in the job and I make sure every
Mm.
detail is properly done. I just think it would be the same. You might not be perfect at doing your nails at first, but once you start practicing, you get the feel of each
Yeah.
stroke and everything, and you'll be good.
And at least if you mess it up, like it's you who messed
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah.
You're
But,
not paying
you
somebody
know.
to mess it up. Yeah, that's
Plus, how much would it'd probably be an investment at first, but in the long run, I'm sure it'd be worth it.
Exactly.
Because you
Mhm.
pay a lot, I'm assuming, to do those
Mhm.
things.
Exactly. And it's just something you learn to
Yeah.
do, which is good.
Shit's
too.
expensive, bro.
See?
I do it by myself. No one ever wants to go.
Yeah.
I'll go with you when they open up.
Yeah.
So-
Like, because we're going.
We'll just make it a whole thing.
We'll just do a
gathering.
podcast.
We'll just do a salon podcast. Or we'll just do a review.
Hey, the best part, bro, is they put that hot ass towel, bro.
Oh, I know.
yes.
And they rub those rocks.
Yes.
Oh, that shit,
Hot
bro.
rocks.
Oh, that's
I have no idea what you're talking
Hey,
about.
And you're missing out. You gotta
bro.
go.
They fucking grab your feet. And
Yeah.
I'm ticklish. So it's funny as fuck. So I'm like involuntary, like moving my leg up. Stop.
What?
Stop. And I'm like, alright, bitch, I will stop, but you're tickling me.
Don't tickle
And
me.
then I told her I want a color, and then they're like, you want a color? I'm like, yeah, I want a color. I always get the brightest color, like, I'm like, green. And then they're like, what green? I'm like, the brightest one you could fucking
What
get.
color do you have right now?
I
Maybe
haven't
they're
went.
matching.
I only let the Asians touch my toes.
I don't know. That's too much. I've not done anything like that.
It's fun.
Never had a piercing.
Don't do that.
Never had
If
my
you do,
eyebrows waxed.
yeah, the eyebrows are
Waxing hurts. I don't do waxing.
No?
I always
I
get
don't.
irritated, so I just do threading.
What's
They
threading?
say that hurts
They use
worse.
the, I don't know.
Oh, like the
thread.
thread, like-
They say that shit hurts.
No, no.
Wax
Waxing
or-
hurts.
Really?
Yeah, they it just irritates me. Like, I don't want to do that
I don't
again.
know. I've never had.
Don't
Do you
either.
want to try it? I can do it for you.
Oh, you do the what?
No.
Oh,
I'm
what?
learning.
Hold on, she's not gonna test on me. You're gonna have no eyebrow. Then I'm gonna have to shave this eyebrow because
You know who did their eyebrows in high school and looked funny, bro? Caesar, because he has bushy eyebrows, so they made him thin, dog.
Oh.
Oh man, poor guy.
Not bad. I was
And
like,
where he fucked up was he shouldn't have done that to begin with.
that's true.
It's just like okay, I don't know. Girls have their maintenance
So
to
we can't
take.
be feminine, like feminine.
I think it's gonna clean it up, but you're right. Like sometimes guys, like you can tell, and then it's like,
Yeah,
I even shaved my
You
hand a
know.
little bit. Not
It's
just
just like I don't know. I just feel like we shouldn't do that. You are
Yeah.
who you are, and you just leave it as it is.
No.
We don't have to put on makeup
We don't have
and
to get
do
haircuts
any of that
either.
stuff, huh?
We don't get haircuts either.
I mean, that's true. Some of
That's a good
us
one.
don't get haircuts.
I
That's
haven't
cool.
got one in a while, so.
But I'm just saying. I don't know. I think there's limits.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make you less of a man, but yeah, I'll make fun of you.
That's funny.
Bro, I bet you Joe Rogan gets fucking.
I know he does. The only thing he probably gets done is his head every day. He shaves his head.
He's bald.
Yeah,
If I was bald, I'd be shaving my head.
I'd go bald.
I would not go bald.
Like if I was going bald, I'd just go all the way.
I'd wear a
bald.
wig, bro. Like,
We'll sell you some shampoo, and then you won't be
Yeah.
bald.
Oh wait, I thought you were gonna say sell me shampoo to make me bald. I was like, hold on.
there's shampoo not to make you bald.
Yeah, the ones we
Swear to
sell.
God, I want to buy some for my boss. That fool,
Yeah.
that fool is bald.
Get with us.
He should
Oh,
find
yeah.
out when his birthday is.
Mhm.
Damn.
and then buy it as a gag gift.
And
Yeah.
then just put it on his desk. And
Yeah, just be like, hey, bro, want some
Who bought you
hair?
that?
Oh, that's gonna be funny.
Yeah, he'd probably fire you.
I'll be funny. It'd be funny.
That's
That's be fired.
true.
This fool's pissed because he's bald.
That's true. Okay, one more question, and it's just for you. You're the one with the child. It's a bit of a segment we have with people that have, or parents that have children. Your daughter's gonna watch the Beard Bros when we're famous in like 10 years, and they're gonna look. She's gonna look back at her mom, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, hey, mommy, you're in the Beard Bros. They're super famous. They're chilling with Donald Trump." I don't know. But
First of all, I am not chilling with him. His stimulus check did not go into my bank account. Well, it did.
we're chilling with them.
Well, not
Anyways,
chilling.
it don't matter who we're chilling with. That was the first
Okay.
one. I don't know why he came to mind, but either way, we're chilling with someone famous. All right, I might be president. Anyways.
Chilling with myself.
Yeah, we're chilling with
10
me.
years, we're chilling with Donald Trump's 99 ass.
I'm like 99 years
old.
He's 77.
So he's 87. We're kicking. No, we're not kicking. Him.
What if he's like, Beard Bros, y'all are just popping. Here's an inheritance.
Yeah.
Like, y'all are just killing the
Here's your
game.
check.
Well, I'm not kicking him.
He's gonna be like, Drake who? Like, yeah, Drake who?
Yeah.
Back to the question.
Anyway, back to the question. We're popping in 10, 20 years, whatever. Your daughter watches the podcast. We usually ask parents, if you could give them one bit of advice to take forever and ever and ever, what is that one bit of advice?
To stay true to yourself.
Good.
That's it. Because I don't want her to grow up and be like, I want to be like her. I want to be like her. Oh, we're not friends, or this happened. I just want her to just focus on you. You do what you want to do, and you'll be the best she can be.
There you go. Well, on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Please like, please subscribe. Again,
You have it.
go cop the t-shirt.
It's a bad.
Let's try to sell them out. We said $18, $22. Link in description. Just scroll down, click the link, go buy you a shirt, rock it, support it. Friday, they do this Friday, Downtown Friday? Is that what it's
Downtown
called?
Friday nights, yeah.
Yeah, Downtown Friday lights. Go over there with your shirt on. Support the local businesses of Roswell. They'll appreciate it. We'll appreciate it. Till next time, thank you guys with the Beard Bros. Peace.
Thank you.